And again, baseball, softball. I tell you, the quarry is firing this weekend. Big swing and a huge block by Joey Ramos. Joey Booth at 6'6" just got roofed by the 6-footer.
Well, how about the serve by Sador? He just rips the serve. Cassidy puts up a perfect pass, one-on-one on the outside, and the outside hitter will win that battle about 90% of the time, but not that one, the 10%er for Joby Ramos.
And Sador with a high toss and another great serve. Nice job by Cassidy to get that one up. And the good swing. First to 15, the Trojans. We'll take a break. Welcome back, everybody. Let's take a look at the series record sponsored by Aston Hotels and Resorts in Hawaii with the advantage, but ever so slightly. And in their last meeting, you could see what happened. At USC, the Trojans in 5. Looking for Siki on the far side, off the high hands, keeping it in play over there is Feathers. Nice save by Marks, the dump shot, unsuccessful. Averill with the block. Christensen keeps it alive. Another block for Hawaii. And it's Joby Ramos again, one of the smallest guys on the court, has 2 of the biggest plays of the night.
Wow. 4 blocks for Hawaii right now. Joby in on, there you go right there. Joby in on half of the blocks so far. Hawaii doing a great job at the net. Yeah, see out digging Hawaii right now though. 13-8.
Full serve. And then the cross-court swing. The little ball girl was almost like in a shooting gallery. Managed, did you see that? Kind of coming right at us. And the 5th lead change of this first set as Hawaii goes up by 1 at 16-15. Sarkovic, another good serve. Going right at Cassidy. Sarkovic, nice dig. And then Marks. And then feed in the middle. Taylor Averill. And it's not too often that we've seen the middles for Hawaii. I know that's something that Charlie Wade wants to get more involved in this offense, Chris.
He very definitely does. Hawaii's becoming too one-dimensional, going to the pins all the time. So when they get good passes, he would love to see the middle fed more.
Sarkovic, another great serve. Terrific job of getting that one up as it hit the net. Sador, dug up in the back row by Rivera. And then Averill off the high hands. The winner off the overpass.
I think Billy Ferguson's going to call a timeout here. So he's got to slow Hawaii down.
So a timeout. And a good one called by Bill Ferguson, the 7th-year coach. He's a young guy, too, isn't he?
Yeah, he's brought that program back to life. In the time that he's been there in 7 years, he's been to 3 NCAA championships. He's won 2 MPSF titles. 2 times he's been voted ABCA Coach of the Year. In 2011, he was MPSF Coach of the Year. So we've got it all going on there. And he married a girl that went to UCLA.
Oh.
His wife.
Oh, is that allowed?
Yeah, she played at UCLA.
You have to get like a special pass from the government or something. Hey, let's take a look at our Jack Fat tonight. Going the distance, Hawaii has played a single season time 9 5-set matches this year. And you can see 4 wins, 5 losses. USC has gone to a 5th set only once. That was on March 3rd, so just recently against Stanford. I mean, there was a time where it was just the expected norm that Hawaii was going to go 5.
Well, one good thing about that is that when you come to a 5-setter, you pretty much have a strategy about how to play the 5th set. There's a blocking package you got going here. Brooks Sador got most of that one. But Hawaii right now with 5 blocks to SC's 1. Now Leah Labar got that one. Joby Ramos with a straight down block. Oh, the centers love to get one-on-ones like that. And Joby gets another one as he comes over to help out with a 3-man block.
Look at him, he's practicing his move right there. He's got it down tonight, huh?
Joby Ramos, 2 seasons at Pacific as a back row specialist, and now he is the #1 setter for this Hawaii team. What a transformation.
So Hawaii with its biggest lead of this first set, up by 3. And not a big, powerful swing, but Joey Booth that time managed to squeeze it through the double block. Point for USC. And it's 16, serving 18. Back to serve it up is going to be #1, Tanner Jansen. And that serve is out. Point Hawaii.
One of the Achilles heels for USC the other night against Stanford was they lost 15-10 in the 5th, and they had 20 service errors. So I know they're going to be watching that number very carefully tonight.
Taylor Averill back again, and we've talked about his serve that put a little bit more heat. Maybe part of that is just the fact that he had a shoulder injury, and maybe he's just feeling healthy and he wants to unleash it.
He had shoulder surgery in the fall, or actually at the end of last year, so he's been kind of nursing it along. And I think that probably was one of the reasons, is it's starting to feel pretty healthy, so he's going for it.
You know, and he's serving it. He's getting 93% of his serves in there as Davis Holt puts it down, and Holt with his second big kill of the night. But back to Taylor Averill, getting a lot of serves in because he was hitting it easy. Well, if he could maintain that percentage with a little bit of pace, that's going to be a huge asset for Hawaii.
It will make a big difference. Hawaii's already a very good serving team, maybe the best serving team in the conference.
20-17, Ramos. He's a pretty good server too. And off the Hawaii block. And a point on the Joey Booth swing. And Hawaii leads it 20-18 as Josh Kirchner, the freshman out of Sussex, Wisconsin. Back to serve. And gives Hawaii a point on the service error, and Hawaii now up by 3 at 21-18. Closing out. That's been something that Hawaii needs to work on, and this is this opportunity right here. Up by 3, gotta close it out.
These are the toughest points to get. Between 20 and 25 are the hardest points to get in this game.
Marks serves for Hawaii. A pass by J.B. Green, blocked at the net by Hawaii. Colton Sador, there they go up again, and another block, but just out. Oh, they were so close, but couldn't quite turn it in. At a point for USC.
Well, SC is having a lot of out-of-system plays, so they've got to set high balls to the outside, which makes it easy for that Hawaii block to form. Hawaii again leading in blocks 5-1.
Micah Christensen out of Kamehameha. Ball coming over to Orzas. Brooks Sador keeps it alive, and Matthew Cheap keeps it over. And what did you just say about points? Hard to come by in this particular part of the set. And the Trojans just picked up a couple of natural points, and they're back within 1.
This is where I think Hawaii ought to call a timeout either right now or the next point. Like Charlie's calling it right now. Good call by Charlie, because Christensen is such a good server. His rhythm's got to be thrown off a little bit by a timeout. Here's Cheap taking the Chester right there.
So Trojans back within 1, and let's take a look at our Mid-Pacific Petroleum leaderboard. As you look at the coaches for the Trojans of USC. And our mid-pack leaderboard, we're talking about individual hitting. And there you see Robert Feathers for the Trojans right up there at the top, hitting .438.
Another local boy, Taylor Crabb, number 4 in the country. Long Beach State having a banner year. Right at the top of the pack in the MPSF all year long. Feathers, by the way, he's hitting .438, and he also got National Player of the Week early on in January. Has not matched that as of late. But that feather is so dangerous is that any time Feathers could light it up again, have this kind of a march that he had in January. Against Stanford, he had 267. Those are not typical numbers for Robert Feathers. He's usually over 400. It was a big point come out of this timeout. Micah Christensen, arguably the best server in the league, if not the country. His serve's really improved. He's got more pace on it. He's got more spin on it. It's diving away from you. From J.P. Marks, it'll dive away from him in the one spot.
And instead, he tries a little roll float serve, and he pulls it right into the net. That was kind of a weird offering from Christensen.
Actually, I like that serve because he had a lot of heat on his last serve. But coming out of a timeout, you want to serve a ball that you know is going to go in. So sometimes you can catch the receivers on their heels, but that time Christensen just did not get enough on it.
So good idea, bad execution.
Correct.
Point Hawaii up by 2, 22-20, and Johan Timmer. And he returns the favor. Back to a one-point game. And back to serve it up for USC, Christian Rivera. Marks puts it up. Sador goes over the hands to the back corner. And then the little dump shot by Hawaii, almost successful. Another block, but no, couldn't get it. Hawaii getting the hands on it, but it drops on the Hawaii side of the net. And we are even now at 22 all. Well, Hawaii, remember, they were up 21-18, and now we are tied for the 8th time in this first set.
That was a real frustrating play for the block. The ball just went wiggling through the block. Credit Booth for the nice swing, though. Booth now with his 6th kill.
Cross-court set, Sarkovic. Christensen trying to keep it alive, chasing it down in the corner is Vera. And a nice job by the Trojans. Back to Sarkovic again off the block, and this time successful. Big point for Hawaii.
Robert Feathers did a nice job that time of figuring out that ball was going to go to Zarkovic, and he went all the way to the outside, got there, and almost picked up the block.
Trojans with one timeout, and Bill Ferguson not quite ready to call it yet. Well, Brooks Sador back to serve it up for Hawaii. More from Canada, just out. And it's tied up again at 23.
Sador's had 5 aces in 2 different matches this year, so he can really light it up. He can also have a lot of errors, too. That ball was out, I thought.
I thought so, too. Sador! Oh, my!
Boy, credit the good pass right there and the great set by Ramos, sensing that the middle blockers for SC would be committing on the middle attack, and Sador is left out there all by himself.
And Sador wound up well on the USC side of the court, went under the net, but it was after the contact was made. Still, the Trojan players and the coach asking the officials, hey, a bit of a warning from the official.
It was just really over celebration is what it was.
And he's very good at keeping the players in check, isn't he?
Jesse Martinez does a nice job. He's as good an official as there is in the country.
Yeah, we've seen him do that in every match that he has come to officiate. And the service error on set point ties it up at 24 all. Nothing comes easy. Nothing comes easy. Jansen, good serve. Siki putting it up. Cross-court set. Marks, the high hands, keeping it alive is Rivera. Oh, what a play over there by Micah Christensen, who flies over the desk. And Hawaii stuffed, but keeps it alive. Marks again and roofed. And credit the player from Honolulu, Micah Christensen. Christensen, who wears number 5 on his jersey,